So there is a wonderful book that I read when I was younger called Hardcore Zen. It's by an author named Brad Warner. He has several books and also a blog, I believe. And there's a line from that book that I love. Everything is sacred. Everything is profane. Now, Buddhism is not really my thing. I personally find it can be a bit dispassionate, but I think there is plenty to learn. And I think it's important to remember that we are the ones who give things meaning. Something being explained scientifically doesn't make it less divine. I know how stars work. That doesn't change how I feel when I look at the night sky. In some ways, it enhances it. Does learning how something works make it lose its magic? If so, why find out how anything works at all? I think some of y'all are still very caught up in this fundamentalist way of thinking of God as like this sky daddy, this man in the sky who looks down upon you and passes judgment. And I find that view of God incredibly limiting. And I find that to be so for several reasons. Firstly, I think it makes God seem smaller than God actually is. I think it limits God's power. I think it limits God to a gender, a sexuality, and ideology. And I just don't think that's the case. And secondly, I think that when we start to see God as a father figure, we start to impose what we think a father should be or what our father was. And I don't think either of those are particularly healthy. Divinity simply is. It's up to us to decide the meaning of that. When Brad Warner talks about everything being sacred and everything being profane, he uses the example of a dead deer on the side of the road. When we see a dead deer on the side of the road, we think, oh, that is something that is profane, that is bad. But it is certainly not profane for the maggots and the vultures. To them, that dead deer is the divine. It's what feeds them. It's what keeps them alive. It's like Morticia Addams, what is order for the spider is chaos for the fly. The divine simply is. It is not more divine because I say it is, or less divine because I say it's not. It is not more divine because I figured out how it works, and it's not less divine because I haven't.